Hello, and welcome to the SOS Show Live with Mary Evans. I'm your host with the strong belief that there's power in sharing stories. I'm committed to bringing you content that will inspire, motivate, and educate you on a mission for us to live our best life, leave a legacy, and build generational wealth. We have an amazing show today with Miss Jones. Before we go into the show, I want to give some love to our sponsor for the show tonight, Pontiac Meals on Wheels.
At Pontiac Meals on Wheels, our community-based service provides fresh, nutritious meals delivered directly to the homes of seniors and individuals with disabilities throughout the city. Meals on Wheels is happy to have partners that support our mission and vision. Pontiac Meals on Wheels depends on the generosity of many individuals, companies, foundations, and organizations to help provide nutritious meals and support services to the 400-plus homebound individuals we serve each year. Your gifts truly make a difference in their lives and their ability to remain living independently in the comfort of their own homes.
Thanks, guys. That is a family-owned business, and my mother is in love with the seniors. Yes, she is. She provides those meals for the seniors in Oakland, Wayne County, and part of Kego Harbor and Pontiac. So thank you so much. Let's talk about this amazing guest today, Miss Janel Jones. She is a parenting coach. And when I tell you she has a story to tell that will motivate and inspire you, and she has the same mindset. It's all about leaving a legacy and building generational wealth. I would like to welcome to the show, Miss Janel Jones.
Hello.
Hello. What an amazing lady you are, Janel. I want to give a little history, guys. You know, Facebook and the social media platforms are just powerful. I came across your page in 2016, and you were on your feed with your son. That's Amazing Truth. And all I knew is you love entrepreneurship and teaching it to the children. And I watched you grow and your children grow over the years. And I continue to follow you. You were in Germany, I think, when I reached out to you.
Yeah.
One thing I loved about you, Janel, you didn't know anything about me. And I have a grandson that's entrepreneur, 10 years old, Amari G. And I inboxed you and said, listen, I needed to know a couple of things. How can I lead him in a direction? You did not. I mean, immediately, I felt like you gave me everything that you knew. And sometimes that's hard to get information from each other. And I don't even know if you remember this. You even offered to fly Truth here because we was trying to put on an event for the children. Yes. And you said, Mary, I will not charge you for his services. I think at that time, Truth was charging maybe $1,500 to come and be a part of any type of program. And you said, I'll waive everything. You just pay for his airline ticket and we'll come and do everything. And I just want to thank you for that. We didn't end up together, but you're amazing. It's hard to find that. So
thank you. Today, well, serve it first. So yeah, get to the bag, but you got to learn how to serve. So I'm big on that.
You big on that.
Yeah.
So guys, first I want to tell you about Miss Janel Jones and her two children. Her son, Truth, is 14 years old. Bailey is 8 years old, right?
10
years old. Yeah. And we're talking about two children that's doing six figures. What I want to do is to inspire and give a little, drop some gems. I heard you say on one of your, they don't like saying that, but it's the truth. You get ready to drop some gems. Now, I know as your kids started their business, you were more in the background. You was parenting, coaching, Ubering, all of the keeping them in activities. I would like for you to, I look at you started from the bottom, now I'm here. I would like for you to go back, if you would, Janel, and tell me what age did you start your children in business and what sparked you to do that? Was it something that they did or said, or were you on a mission to raise entrepreneurs and business owners?
Okay, so initially I actually had a blueprint that I made. My oldest two children, Elijah and Jeremiah, they're deceased now, but I actually made a blueprint for them. And so, we wasn't able to bring that to life because they passed away. But when Kristen, Kristen, yeah, it's good. I think that's part of my mission and part of why I am who I am today. So when I had the truth, I already had the blueprint of what I wanted my kids to accomplish by a certain age, and entrepreneurship was definitely one of them. But I didn't think I was going to own. And on my blueprint, I actually had it listed by age, like at 2 years old. Make sure they familiar not just with ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, but learning how to read, learning a second language, learning sign language by age 4, making sure they understood their body parts and their body parts belong to them. By age 8, it was all about entrepreneurship. But I thought I was just going to introduce them to it, and they would come along, see different people in business, and just, get familiar with it. But fortunately for us, God had other plans, and they were way bigger than what I was thinking about and even dreaming about, even imagined. At 8 years old, my son Truth was getting bullied on the football field. And I said, hey, he wouldn't let me back up. So he was getting bullied on the football field. Unbeknownst to me, he was keeping a journal, and he was just writing out his feelings and his emotions and what he was going through. And he loves to read and write. And so he brought it home to me one day. And he actually had written 2 books while he was at school. One was like a comic book about superheroes and all this great stuff. The other book was about his bullying experience. And I didn't even really realize, it was affecting him like that, what he was going through on the football field. And I said, hey, why won't we get your book published? And he really didn't know what it meant. And he was kind of embarrassed. So he really didn't want to do it. But I was like, no, this is way bigger than you. You're going to be able to help so many parents, help so many children your age and younger, some even older, with this book. You can do a lot of good with this book. And I knew in the back of my head, by him writing this book and publishing this book, I'm all about turning your lemons into lemonade. So I knew long term it was going to help him grow and develop and give him a lot of self-confidence. And hey, I actually got a skill in writing, because he was a great reader. He was always reading well above his grade level, but I didn't know he could write so well. So I never really seen him write a story. And so we was able to take that book, get it published. And from there, we just hit the streets after we got it published. We just hit the streets. I looked up how many, when you self-publish, what's the average? Most people, when they self-publish, how many books do they usually sell? And it's usually less than 300. I said, we're going to triple that, because that's just what we do. So we went out, we sold 500 books in 90 days, and they were $10 each. And so he had made $5,000 just selling his books. But for me, it was the accomplishment of now him taking where he was having low self-esteem and doubting himself, and being able to turn that into having self-esteem, having self-respect, having confidence, and taking back his power from his bullies that had bullied him, on the football field. And the book was about them. So we was able to put it back in their face several times.
Awesome. We have a couple of pictures. So guys, I want you to know Truth is 14 years old. And I think Truth he's also doing trading and teaching. That's Christian, the Truth Jones, 14 years old. He's been on several television shows, talk shows, magazines, newspaper. And this Truth where he started. And that is Little Bailey and Truth.
Yes.
We have here 14 and 10 years old. They're making 6 figures. I see it. You know what?
A month.
6 figures a month.
Yeah.
So I know it can be done. And what's so amazing with you is you want to teach other parents how to take their children to the next level if they're already in business. I want you to talk about your new business that you're going to launch that can help children, and what are you looking for, and what can you do for them?
Oh, wonderful. So I am the creator of Parenting a Prodigy. And for years, I've always been behind the scenes, like you stated earlier. And so many people were reaching out to me, asking me, how did you, your kids are amazing, but you're amazing. and we need to bring you out from behind the scenes. How did you get your kids on this track? How did you get them to commit? How did you get them to stay focused? Because we all know entrepreneurship is hard. It's hard for us as adults when we have corporate experience, a military background, we have, education, we have all those things. Children don't have any of those things. But the one thing I was going to make sure my children had was my support. And so I'm about to launch a new business. I'm doing a soft launch this Saturday, February 27th. If you want to join me, go to parentingprodigy.com. That's parentingprodigy.com. And it'll be Saturday at, I think it's at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're about to just kind of it's going to be a master class. So we're going to peel back the onion and understand the psychology that went behind it and some of the steps that I took to get my children on track and to continue and be successful in that field. So again, my whole thing is to get parents that have preteens, and they can be younger or older, but mostly preteens that, basically between 10 and, 13, 14, that kind of age group that's my sweet spot. Parents that already have their children have businesses, but now you want to scale their business, not with more products and services, but learning how to make money in your sleep and growing their income so you can grow their empire. And so that's the difference between my program and any other program out here. There's a lot of little cute kid businesses that show you how to be an entrepreneur, how to make products, how to do services. But what they can't show you and what they're not going to show you is how to make money in your sleep. And that's how we're different. And we've been there, done that. And that's my expertise. I've done it not only with my children, but other children as well. And my children have taught children. So we know we definitely have the recipe to make it work.
Can we please break down exactly what is Truth doing now and Miss Bagley, please? So they'll know how is they making this figure every month. Thank you.
So both for my daughter really don't trade. She can trade, but she doesn't trade frequently. She's emotional. And so that's a recipe for disaster. If you're emotional, trading is not for you. But my son is very strategic, no emotions. He sees a setup in the market and he executes. And so my son is a day trader. He's also a stock investor. And he also has a clothing brand, which my daughter makes his clothing brand. So that's how they intertwine their business and work together. My daughter also works for my son directly as one of his admin assistants. And so that's pretty much how they're making their business. So not only does he trade and invest in the stock market, they also invest in cryptocurrency. They have a product line. They also are both best-selling authors on Amazon. So they have books, and they also teach. And so they teach other adults and teens how to invest and grow their money in the stock market.
That is amazing. Yeah. So, I follow you. And Miss Bagley, I remember when she was negotiating her pay with Truth. That, guys, now that was amazing. So little Bailey 10, Truth 14. And remember, she works for her brother.
Yeah.
She wanted more money. And this is what you do. You let them learn through experience. You told her she had to go to Truth and tell him why should he give her a raise. You're amazing. I'm gonna let you know, Miss Jones, you are amazing.
Thank you.
I said that's what I'm talking about. 10 years and 14-year-olds, these two are working it together and they're intertwining in each other's business, and you're teaching them how to build an empire, not just how to make money, but how to build an empire and to build that empire while you are sleeping. And that's something that I think we need to know as adults, but the earlier, in your opinion, how early do you think is too early to start getting children into taking classes? Because Truth is teaching how to trade stocks. What is the youngest he would take in regards to that class?
We say 10, but he started when he started, he was interested when he was 8. He didn't actually start investing till he was 9. But if you know your children, like I said, he was an avid reader. He loved to read. He gets straight A's. So, and like I said, he's not emotional. And so he can sit here and we teach him. He plays football, and FYI, so he's just not a business kid and just a quote unquote nerd. He plays football, he boxes, he done play soccer, basketball. He's done the whole thing. So he's a kid at heart. But I taught him in football terminology, so I was able to break it down. So now he's able to. That's the way he teaches his students as well. And so even kids, he can teach them as if they're playing on a game, and so he teach them in that format, or he can teach them if they play sports in that format as well. So we keep it fun and light, but they're still learning. And I don't think it depends on your kid. You know, if they can hold attention, you can know if they're actually going to show up and do the work.
Okay.
You know, if you know, you don't have to be great at math, but you do need to know how to do basic math. You need to know how to multiply a number times 100, because that's how you're going to figure out the dollars and cents. And you need to know how to add and subtract. So that's about it.
So how could you give us the information about Truth if anyone watching would like to sign up for his classes or have their children sign up for the learning about trading stock? What is Truth information?
Okay, his website is thetruthjones.com, thetruthjones.com. And you can also find his Instagram handle at thetruth2024. And that's at thetruth2024.
So we have an amazing mom with amazing children. One piece that I want to put out there about Truth, he's also a professional speaker and has been on the stage with Les Brown and several other amazing speakers. Is he still going? I know the virtual thing is more popular now because of the pandemic, but we want them to know, how old was Truth when he started taking the stage doing professional speaking?
So he started speaking at 8, and he's actually a certified Les Brown speaker. And he also helped and assisted Eric Thomas teach his speakers boot camp. So he's spoken on 3 different continents, all over the United States. Of course, right now he's speaking via Zoom, speaking to kids, nonprofits, colleges, you know, you name it. He's done it. And so he enjoys it, just sharing his message, getting on stage, which is funny because he's actually kind of shy, but when he gets on stage, he lights up. So he enjoys it.
Well, you did all of this and you are in the Army still, right? Because
yeah,
and you always made time for them and to be that extra and take them to another level when it comes to entrepreneurship and being a business owner. Is there anything else that you could say that could motivate a parent that's listening? Because I think we undervalue how smart our children really are. Is there something that you could say to a mother, or we have a lot of grandparents raising children now, that you could say to them, that if you could tell them one thing, what would that be?
One thing I would say, a lot of you are praying for your blessing, but you already have it in your children. You're overlooking your children's abilities and capabilities and undervaluing their worth. So it's something they do naturally, and you might not even know what it is because you're so busy in the rat race and grinding. But just ask your kids, not what they want to be when they grow up, but how would they like to change the world? What impact would they like to make? It's probably something they do so naturally that, like I said, you're just overlooking it.
Okay, I would like to do a Q&A if anybody have any questions before we go off and read some of the comments. You are amazing. I just salute you all day long. I look forward to working closer with you.
Yes,
absolutely. At the end of the year, we'll be in the same state, and I'm very excited about that.
Yes.
Do we have any comments that we can put up and read? If you have any questions, please ask now. Cheryl Lynn Pope, so proud of this young man and this story. He is amazing. Yes, he is. Thank you for that, Cheryl. Alexis Lauren, wow, that's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. Okay, Frank, wow, give glory and honor to God for the talents.
Yes.
Yes. So when you, Donald G. Brown, great job, Janel Jones. Amazing job, Janel. Janel, if you don't mind me, are you a single parent?
I am a single parent, yes. No excuse.
Girl, let me tell you, we have you are doing your thing, sister. You are doing your thing. And I know that's hard because I was a single parent. We do the best we can, but I definitely salute you, Queen. And I look forward to working with you. And I can't wait till we are together in the same state. We are really going to help each other.
Yes,
Thank you for
absolutely.
coming on the show. Guys, please like and share. This is amazing. Again, you're going to have a launch when? Saturday at what time?
10 a.m. You can join me at parentingtheprodigy.com.
Say that again, Janelle.
Parentingtheprodigy.com.
That is this Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Time. Yes.
Okay, so after that, you do the drop. We'll bring you back on the show and talk about this and see how we can get the word out, because this is an amazing project. And I want to thank you for your time coming on the SOS show with Mary Evans. Have a great evening.
Thank you. You do the same.